Hi guys, Jess here, and today I am in Richmond, Virginia. We are gonna have some fun. We, as in just I, but we, as in you and I, are going to go explore. Good day, everybody. Jess here, and yeah, I know I don't look like I'm in Richmond, Virginia, because I'm not. I'm back home. But I wanted to let you guys know what I did this video. So, first and foremost, I am going to talk about the lunch place I had earlier that day, which was Secret Sandwich Society. Yes, there are several of these places, none of which have been around me, so I wanted to try it out. And it was pretty good. I'll go ahead and pop that in there now so that you guys can see what Secret Sandwich Society is all about. Alright guys, so I snagged some photos of the Secret Sandwich Society's menu, and everyone suggested to me later on I should have tried the Reuben. However, I went with the Ladybird. I was also considering the Roosevelt, but this shop, although tiny, was very homey and very secret. They had a bar there. They had some drink recommendations for me, but as someone who doesn't drink very often, if at all, I decided to pass. However, my sandwich was delicious. I love the grilled chicken. It was very juicy. My only qualm with it was the potato bun was a little hard, but that's what happens when you have a potato bun. I also got the key lime pie, which was delicious coming from a pie person. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Get you some pie at the end of your meal. Okay guys, so what'd you think? Like I said, thought it was delicious and everything like that. I definitely would eat it again, 10 out of 10, but that's not what you're here for. You're not here for my food reviews, unless you are. In that case, leave a comment down below. But what I did that day was two things. First and foremost, I went to the Edgar Allen Poe Museum, and so that's what we're gonna do first. And then secondly, I went out and had dinner that night at an English pub there in Richmond, Virginia. So without further ado, Jess, let's kick it back over to you in Richmond, Virginia to get this day started with our mysterious Edgar Allan Poe. Catch me walking down Main Street to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum in Stockoe Bottom, which is a district here in Richmond, Virginia. A lot of classic cobblestone, old-style houses with fresh modern buildings. But as soon as you know it, you're in front of the Poe Museum sign. And of course, there is a historic placard right out front designating this a reserved site, so that you know once you pass the placard, you're going to want to go to the right and check out the small entrance to the gift shop / check-in area for the start of this tour. Alright guys, once you check in, the folks at the front suggest you grab this. It has a lot of beautiful information written about the gardens and each individual building that we will be exploring today throughout our tour. Of course, on the back side are your visual aids as well as the QR code in which you can scan so that you can hear facts as you go through each exhibit. But we ended in this beautiful garden, so more to come on that. Now, let's start our tour, first and foremost, in the old stone house. So, without any further ado, let's go do this. Edgar Allan Poe was orphaned at the age of 3 after the passing of his mother, Eliza, from tuberculosis. Poe was never adopted by the Allen family, who fostered him. However, he did take their last name as his middle, thus Edgar Allan Poe was born. Fun fact. Here you will also see his childhood bed, as well as the banister from which It was rescued from the Allen home prior to it being demolished in 1927. Due to Poe's love for black cats, the museum houses two of them named Pluto and Poe, one of which you can be seen here, a very rare sighting indeed. Here you will see some trinkets from Edgar's first wife, Virginia Eliza Poe, whom was his first cousin. He would write letters to his aunt, doting about Virginia, and later they would end up being married publicly. At the time, Virginia was rumored to be 13 and Poe was 27. Alas, she passed away to tuberculosis, and since that time, Poe ended up being a very social bachelor when it came to the ladies. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." This is an insert from The Raven, written by Edgar Allen Poe, and as you can see here, there are several copies translated into different languages, for this is a very famous poem, and one that I find near and dear because it is also one of my favorites, aside from Telltale Heart. This monument here, in which you are about to see, used to be displayed in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in the Con Edison building in the Bronx before it found its current home here at the Poe Museum. It was a monument dedicated by the actor Edwin Booth in 1885 in remembrance of both Poe as a true poet of our time, as well as his famous parents, who are both actors. This artifact here, being Poe's pocket watch, is what inspired him to write The Telltale Heart, for he would hear the ticking of the watch as if it was someone's heartbeat, beating, beating, dull and slow. During Poe's time, people were being buried alive, and newspapers would take account of these dramatic events. And although Poe called premature burial entirely too horrible for the purpose of legitimate fiction, he did write about this subject in his tales, one tale being the fall of the House of Usher. Now, as I climb these stairs, I want you to know that these are original banisters to Poe's childhood home. So, yes, this is about the closest artifact that you can touch while visiting the Edgar Allan Poe Museum here in Richmond, Virginia. As I turn about this room looking at many of books written by Poe, I see this box sitting in the corner. Do I dare go over and open it? For it is beckoning me. I look around to see if there is a sign that says no, but it is telling me to open at my own risk. So will I? Should I? Maybe. And just like that, guys, you are going to have to go check it out yourself whenever you go visit the Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. Now, guys, don't be alarmed. This, yes, in fact, is a lock of Edgar Allan Poe's hair. Why, might you ask, this museum has it? Well, in 2002, in an attempt to solve the mysterious death of Edgar Allan Poe, there was some Baltimore scientists who decided to sample a bit of Poe's hair, and this is what they found in it. Now, none of this was able to be a factor in Edgar Allan Poe's death, so still to this day it remains a mystery. There have been 26 different theories as to how or why Edgar Allan Poe passed the way he passed. So, I'm curious, how do you think he passed? Let me know. Alas, this brings us to our beautiful garden. The shrine in the back of the enchanted garden was built with bricks from the Southern Literary Messenger building, where Poe began his career in journalism. The ivy that surrounds the green aisle was propagated from Poe's mother's grave, which is located at St. John's Church. The large granite benches around the garden's perimeter were taken from Yarrington boarding house, where Poe married his wife Virginia. While all these sites are just mere blocks from the Poe Museum, St. John's Church is the only one still standing to this day. Alright guys, so after visiting the Poe Museum, I worked up an appetite, so I went to the Penny Lane Pub, which is a bit of English with a love of Liverpool here thrown in the middle of Richmond, Virginia. This place was phenomenal. I ended up getting the chicken tikka masala, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But this pub, wall to wall, had everything one would want to view, coming from my love for England and everything like that. The section that I'm currently sitting in had a lot of Beatles memorabilia. And although I did get a moment to walk around before it got super crazy, I highly suggest you checking out the bar, which I could not get to. The other, of course, component of this that drew me was the love of soccer. Although I am a Chelsea-Manchester fan, yes, I know rivals. I had to come check out this pub, which was amazing. They had a lot of Liverpool memorabilia thrown around as well. And this is the first entrance before you come into the pub. The next entrance was the one that you just seen. But yeah, I am going to leave a link in the description down below if you want to check out Penny Lane Pub. I highly suggest it. Get the chicken tikka masala, and you will not regret it, I promise. 10 out of 10. I will totally eat here again if I'm ever in Richmond. Okay guys, I'm back from the pub and it was delicious. The chicken curry, I got English style, and it had a very nice flavor. Heat was superb. It coated the entirety of my mouth. I think I'm building up a spice tolerance because it took a while before my nose started running, but it was really good. I highly recommend going there. They also said that their big hits were the fish and chips, of course, and then the Reuben, which comes with a banger on it. So if you're in the area, totally check it out. I'll leave a link to the address down below. But yeah, I didn't get to walk much of the pub. The video and the pictures I took that you guys seen were primarily before it got super busy. I think I was probably there like 10-15 minutes before like dinner time rushed hit, and then once dinner time rushed hit, it was over. Like there was no way I could finish like filming the other side of the pub, which was the bar area. So many cool knickknacks to see. I highly recommend getting there early enough so that you can walk around and see everything. But 10 out of 10 would go again. I might go again. I don't know. Haven't really thought about it that much. But yeah, that was my day. I ventured off to see Edgar Allen Poe in all his former glory, and then had a bite at a British pub who, although I'm a Chelsea fan, I'll go hang with some Liverpool folks any day. Football is football to me, and I love it all around. But thanks for hanging out with me today. I don't know what I'm going to get into tomorrow. If any, it's supposed to, rumor has it, rain. So we will see if it does. But thanks for tagging along. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any recs for the next time I'm down in Richmond so that I can check them out. But until then, I will see you guys around. Take care. And till the next one. Bye, guys.